Hey everybody, and welcome back to Pros versus Joes. We have $2.647 million, and well, once again, we are baling grass and wrapping it for silage. Silage is the name of the game on No Man's Land. You can't get much richer than being a silage farmer. Hey Will, what is up? There has been a lot going on since the other day when we were together. First off, we have over 400 sheep and 400 cattle. Are pumping out manure like there is no tomorrow, pumping out milk like there's no tomorrow, and well, you can see how much wool we've got stockpiled. Just waiting on a decent price for wool also. Yesterday we worked on the fields across the moat. Today we're working on this big flat area. Now if we can get all of this baled, then we'll move over and start cutting the other side. Right now we have kind of three distinct sections of grass growth. Our goal is to kind of keep that. So at any one given day we have full growth on a section, partial growth on a section, and 2/3 growth on a section. Baling every day, Scooter's Workbench. Baling every day. One of these nice little pink marshmallows is $1,600 in the bank. Aaron and JFK is on with me. Say hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
Scooping some bales.
Raznik has left for work, so he won't be back on until Monday. It is now our job to actually basically push ahead. Hey Paul, what's up? Now in the description below, I've got links to IA Roadkill's channel, Jamberry's channel. They are both going to be putting out videos on the Joe's side. IA Roadkill has a video out right now. We have the first 24 hours or so of the challenge. And then Jamberry has a time lapse. It's going to be releasing sometime tomorrow. Of course, Raznik is listed in the description. He's got a few videos on the challenge also. I thought you guys would really dig the Joe's side. I have to say they're taking a much more scientific approach to this. Pros, we just kind of seem to wing it. Hey, Hood 21CR, how you doing? We might sell wool today. It all comes down to if we think it's going to be worth our while or not. I will say, watching the Joes, they've got a little bit different take on things. While we are looking to kind of minimize our overall costs, going with the most cost-effective means of doing as much as we can, those sometimes seem to be taking a more of a brute force approach. That is a surprise that Raznik tossed in here when he was setting the map up. He put a moat in, basically border our starting area. So if we wanted to basically expand around the starting area, we had to basically bridge the moat. He didn't bring it all the way over. Moat ends here. Quite interesting to hear Roadkill's video talked about the moat really messing with their starting plans. Sounds like they kind of had their farm all blueprinted out exactly how they wanted it, right down to the exact GPS coordinates as to where farm was going to be built, orientation of certain buildings, back to kind of the key building that they were putting down. We're going to build everything else off of. And kind of mapped out where they wanted each field corner to be. Quite extensive. And it kind of made me feel a little guilty because we literally are just winging it. He said, Raz, build on a farm, then we'll figure it out from there. We put down a bridge so we could cut across here. You have strategically placed digestate storage tanks. Don't have to run back to the farm constantly. Every time we need to refill. Now, I was on earlier and I got all of this mowed. Because this section was on full growth. And I wanted to mow it before there was another growth stage. Because the way I look at it is, I don't want to miss a growth stage. Missing a growth stage to me is money lost. The tank capacities are 300,000. And we've got 3 placed. We've got one right there. Got one right there. And we've got one across the way there. We have 1.1 million liter capacity of digestate. We are not really concerned about losing digestate once we have all of those full. Simply because the way we look at it is we have more than enough capacity to fertilize any section we're going to be working on any given day. We're never going to ideally have all of the grass cut all at once. And the fact is, we're pretty much going to have grass that can be cut and baled daily. So there's always going to be more that we can feed machine, if you will. If we're feeding the machine daily, then we really don't need to worry about it. 1.1 million is more for convenience than capacity. Each of these are 24 bales apiece. row that JFK is working on right now had 3 loads on it. Load number 6 off of that field area. Ideally, we're going to be mowing this section later tonight. Once Darren gets all of these baled up. Then we'll need to put digestate down on this section. Seems to work pretty good is 16 to 20 miles an hour. You know how spread out the bales are. This machine is definitely going to be getting its workout. Anybody have a chance to check out the map that came out today? Euro Farms. I thought the ground textures and the crop textures were really interesting. Overall, the map seemed to be kind of dark. Overall lighting. But I did like the ground and crop textures. I wish there was a more distinct change though between cultivated and seeded. Basically the same texture, just a little bit darker. Cultivated is just a little darker. Pause right there, I'll steal. A little bit more gap between there. There we go. Well, I don't know. I sent a message to Giants. asking if there would be any, they have some reason for that happening. I've seen it happen before, and I've heard map authors that have submitted things to Giants before say that if they include basically a building in the map that is not theirs, that's in the mod hub, that Giants prefers that they basically link it like that. But what seemed rather sketchy, or as the kids say now, rather sketch, is that they're all mods by the same author as the map. So there shouldn't be a requirement that they be separate for the purpose of giving credit or anything like that. Now, when I asked, it was probably like 11:30, 12 o'clock, and my time, which kind of means that Giants time, it was 6:30. So 6 or 6:30 on a Friday. Well, if they're like Americans, they'd have been out the door well over an hour before then. Oh, it's sus now? I thought that's what I said. I don't know. I'm not hip. My youngest has found that Among Us game. And there's all kinds of videos out there on YouTube of people playing that. I have absolutely no idea how many bales we have here. So we've unloaded 6, 7. This is load number 8. Right? We can try to keep track of that. One, 2, 3, 5, 6, 9, 10 windrows to go. Got 10 more windrows to bale.
You are correct. I've counted them on my way down.
And at least, or JFK, you can lease a second baler if you want.
I think that'd just be a waste unless we got more than this to go.
All right. You can always digestate too. Just fairly easy to get ahead on the digester, even though it does eat so That's load number 8. All of the satellite storage tanks are pretty much topped off.
As far as I know, yesterday they were.
Yeah, they are. Not max, but they're within. Will says, hey, Darren.
Howdy, Will.
"17 miles an hour. Push." About the time the push gate comes back, it's ready to go again. Push. Rather go slower through the field than to have to slow down and get ahead and stop. And load 9. West Coast is an American map, yes. West Coast, not the bullet bill West Coast. Hey, Cummins Powered, how are you doing tonight? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to chat. This is load number 9. Going pretty good. CB, how you doing? Hey, Justin. When we get to load 10, that's obviously 240 bales. Baling a wheat harvest contract field. What? You baling a wheat field? It's on a harvest contract. Good to hear. Good to hear, Missy B. Oh, okay. Has everyone had a chance to check out the fact sheets for today? The Unitrack 122L drive and its various modules. Are you talking about me or are you talking about the map? Bill's working on. We started this challenge on October 1st. No, we're on no man's land, and part of the map setup was to use the signposts down at the shop that clear all the trees and clear all the rocks. So the map was deforested for us. Look at that, perfect. And removed of large boulders. Pound was put in so that we had sell points. Dividing line was put in right there, and dividing the map in half. Pros get this side, Joes get that side over there. We can see the Joe's farm. Part of the challenge was we had $500,000 to start the map with, start the side with. Everything must be leased. All of our equipment must be leased. None of it is allowed to be owned. Other than placeables, of course, because you can't lease a building. Well, you can in real life, but not in game. That would be interesting to be able to lease a structure in game. We're only allowed 3 money-making placeables. 1 biogas plant is allowed. No more than 2 greenhouses are allowed. No passive income placeables are allowed. Of course, passive income would be things that earn you money without you doing something. So, no putting down windmills, no solar panels. You can only have 1 animal building per animal type. So we can't put down a second cow or a second sheep pen. Now there's nothing preventing us from putting down, let's say, a pig pen. We have chosen not to do pigs from the stance of We're going to grow our own crops. Quite frankly, grass is far more valuable than any other crop. Act of growing pig food in its component form is basically like giving up money. Now, Joes do have pigs. Early on in the channel, in the challenge, they did have some fields carved up for the various crops. I have no idea how much individual components they have collected to date. They have decided that the land is far more valuable as grass, and they may be just buying pig food at this point, figuring that they can earn whatever they spend on pig food back pretty fast with grass. Yeah, grass is plant once, so you have one expense of seeding. We did plow up all the ground, so we mowed all the grass off and plowed it up and put grass back down. Fertilize it, get maximum yield out of it. But it's plant once, never have to plant again. Grass in base game does not have weeds. So for whatever reason, weeds don't grow in grass fields in the base game. Weeds definitely grow in grass fields with seasons. We're not playing with seasons. So we don't have to do herbicide, we don't have to worry about weeding. And basically grass regrows very, very quickly. I mean, I mowed this grass this morning. So about 10, 11 hours ago, I mowed this. Now it's got a growth back on it. This grass has grown, and this grass over here is now going to full growth. Portobello. Oh well, we'll just... So there should be a link with all the terms and everything in the description. The Joes own 5, 10, 14 plots of land here. Pros, we own 4, 8, 11 plots of land. Dividing line, just think about a road cutting all the way up through there. We didn't buy these because, quite frankly, they're rather hilly. We're going to expand this way, across the moat. See the moat cut in right here? And you can see the road, divided highway, going up the middle. What we've done is we've got this L section is one growth cut. This section is a second growth cut. This section here is a third growth cut. As long as we can keep that rotation, we will always have something at full growth. Now, on Raznik's channel, next week, he will be putting out a poll. Basically, there's going to be a twist that he's going to be adding to this challenge. And the viewers are basically going to vote. He has several crazy ideas that he has dreamed up. And depending on what the players vote, both sides are going to have to do something. Might be that we have to satisfy a specific type of contract. Maybe we have to bring in a certain amount of a particular crop. Maybe we have to have so many of an animal in a certain period of time. Who knows? Who knows what he's going to dream up or has dreamt up, and what you guys, the viewers, are going to basically make us do. If we complete the goal, we get a reward. If we do not complete the goal, we are apparently penalized in some way. Now, if we didn't have grass to where we were basically going to be busy constantly with grass, I have thought a little bit about what if we planted some trees, and basically every, I don't know how many game days it takes for non-seasons trees to grow, but if we planted a bunch of trees and then basically supplemented our silage income with logs, at this point, I think we've got more than enough to do. Keep us busy. Bro, the Joes have been a little laxing in Joes have been a little laxing in their health the last couple days. Hurt them a little bit. Came on strong the other night. Their bank balance hasn't done a lot in the last few days. Hey, Chaotic Car Audio, how you doing tonight? Now, this is without seasons. I know how long it takes for seasons trees. We didn't do seasons on this map because of the fact that we're only playing 28 days. The challenge ends on October 28th. Wish I had another mirror so I could see the loading arm a little better. But would you believe it? Well, I just learned today that the other side, Joe's have been making pink bales the whole time. All this time I've seen their bales from a distance and thought they were white. Okay, 17 through this field in the cab. Feels a lot quicker. We got a first-hand perspective of the moat. And so that was low 12, right? We're all kind of eager to see how many bales we will have made after 28 days. I'm hoping that statistic is stored in the save game. It's not exposed to us in multiplayer like it is in single player. I'm gonna come in behind you.
Good.
I'll leave a little bit extra room because when you unload this arm stick, last thing I want to do is destroy my beautiful rows of silage bales. Well, as soon as the Alpine farming expansion comes out, I'm going to be making a big cattle farm on that map. I'm pretty sure we've probably passed that. Of course, single player and multiplayer are completely different things. When you factor in the fact that we have a 5-member team. So, bales that we've made so far are kind of split up between 5 different people. And the tasks of plowing, fertilizing, seeding, mowing, baling, collecting, putting in the digester. We've all done them. We've all done our fair share of each job. So it's been a great working team. Folks just get on and they basically can identify what needs to be done, and they take care of it. Then the next person comes on and identifies what's been done, what still needs to be done, and take care of it. One of the restrictions on us is we cannot use a trailer to unload into the BGA or the greenhouses. We have to use a bucket or wheel loader, hydraulic implement. Can't use belts. Otherwise, we might set up a belt system to take the manure into the greenhouses or the manure into the digester. Right. Base game or DLC stuff, with a couple exceptions for some placeable buildings that basically make the game run better. Some scripts just to basically make the gameplay a little bit better, and some quality of life mods. But one of the reasons we did that is, one, we've all paid for these DLCs, and for the amount of money we've paid for them, don't really use them enough. So this allows us to use them some more, get some more life out of them. Also, I can't tell you how many times someone has asked a question in chat or in a video about, hey, where did you get that trailer? Where did you get that thing? Where did you get this? And when I tell them it's in the base game, it's standard equipment. Like, oh, I didn't know that. I only use mods. Well, there's hundreds of base game implements and vehicles. Hundreds. You paid for it, might as well experience it. I've heard people talk bad about the Anderson DLC. The Anderson DLC is junk. It has nothing useful. And then, well, we whip out one of these trailers, and I'm like, where did you get that trailer? I must have it. Where's that mod? Well, it's the Anderson DLC. You just told me it's junk. Oh. So, you know, in 17 I used a lot of mods. I was kind of mod hungry. Early in 19 I enjoyed the mods because, well, there weren't that many of them. Now, quite frankly, a little mod burned out. There's just so many mods, and you know, there's only so many trailer iterations that one can get excited on. Yeah, I had a comment today on the fact sheet Friday video. If you're watching, no offense on you, I'm just stating that I had a comment that was like, there's nothing good in the DLC that I'm interested in. And we already have a Unitrack that's a mod. Giants is just looking to sell stuff. So I was like, okay. Wasn't necessarily aware that there was a Unitrack mod, so I went and hunted it down. There is indeed a Unitrack mod in the Mod Hub. It was released in June of this year. Mod pack, got some trailer modules and everything. It's a smaller variant of the 122L drive, like the 95S or something. Giants made the announcement of the DLC in July, so about a month later. Well, we all saw the reveal video of the map, of the equipment being used. So clearly Giants had been working on all of this equipment, had all of the arrangements for this DLC probably 6 months before the announcement or longer. If they announced it in July, they probably had the deal done possibly this time a year ago. You can't fault Giants for somebody putting out a similar mod while they have been developing the DLC. And oftentimes, a Giants model is a lot more detailed going to be, it should be far better optimized for gameplay, not dragging your game down as compared to player mods. And that unit track may not be available for console players. Believe it or not, console players are the predominant players of the game. Now, I would be interested in DLCs that isn't just implements and vehicles. A building pack, maybe something with a little bit of like an American Farms building pack, maybe a UK building pack, something from maybe an Australian building pack, something really to expand, build your own farm concept. And so that should be load 15. Since we're doing strips of 3. Darren's got just 2 more windrows to do. France building pack, yeah. Anything. We haven't bothered repairing this trailer because, well, it seems to work as good as it did the first day we got it. And if the loading arm loaded, moved slower, bale push moved slower, there might be a reason to repair it. Hey Thor, welcome to the channel. Welcome back, I should say. Did everybody check out the blog post today on the map? Some additional background information around the town, the major sell points, and points of interest on the map. It's fun watching those bales spawn in. I'd have 1 or 2 more loads. I mean, yeah, we can extrapolate that things that they're doing in DLC map are going to be standard fare for the next iteration of the game. Like with the Platinum expansion, the Estancia La Pacha map, it had mowable bushes. First time you could destroy the foliage layer. And now we have, well, we can paint our own foliage layer. We can make our own. We've got new trees in the new map. The DLC, we've got new grass textures. I don't know if we have other new crop textures or not, but about a month we'll know. Right? A month and a few more days we'll know. The way that they're modeling pseudo-modeling the interior around the windows, all of the buildings feel like they have an interior when you drive by. We can only imagine what the interior lighting is going to look like. It's going to make the area feel more lived in. Clock on the clock tower keeps time with the game. And is that clock tower going to gong every hour? Are you going to hear that up in the woods, up on the hills of the Alpine map? That would be pretty interesting, right? Alright, time to steal this. What's that? You just want store sales? What?
Yeah, remember in 17, whenever there'd be like sales?
Oh, vehicle sales.
Yeah, sometimes it'd be like brands, sometimes it'd be like, oh, this model's on sale.
Yeah, I remember.
I'd be like, I don't need it, but it's on sale.
Oh, that's the ladies. I don't need it, but it's on sale. You can't pass this deal up.
Exactly, have a coupon.
Yeah, so I remember that. So I remember I was playing on Goldcrest Valley. I had been watching YouTube videos of folks like showing where they had nuggets, because that was back when you had 100 nuggets, got $1 million. I was new to the game, and just like anybody else new to the game, I couldn't earn a darn penny. I mean, like every time I made any money, I was spending it. So I was like, man, if I had $1 million, I could get ahead. You know, what could I do? So I got that $1 million. It was right around Thanksgiving 2016. I had no idea that I'd really just bought the game right up. And soon as that happened, I got like a 10% sale on New Holland brand. I was like, hot dang, it's Black Friday. I went and bought like the big New Holland harvester, the big New Holland self-propelled sprayer. I had way oversized equipment for that starting farm, but dang it, I had $1 million. I was going to buy it. That was fun.
Yeah, and just think about how much money you save with those sales. Like, it's great.
Yeah, you could be like, I want to buy something, but you know what? Might be a sale coming up. I'm just going to hold on to this money and just...
Exactly.
You know, they've got that EIT farming initiative that they made a blog posting about several months ago.
Undervalued aspect of the game. I hope she comes back.
I think that's
Mr.
going to be
Ambassador.
involved with some level of, you know, a deeper level of fertilization, deeper level of soil chemistry, possibly. I'll make that recommendation. First chance I get.
Top priority.
So, like back in 15, there was that soil mod. I really think, I have no idea, I don't have any knowledge, okay? I really think that we're going to get some level of soil mod from 15 in the next iteration. I mean, we have lime, okay? It's pseudo watered down lime. You know, every third harvest you got to put lime down. But I think basically with the addition of the lime might come, let's say, some hand tool, dare you say, where you scan your field and you realize that, well, you take a soil sample and maybe based on maybe the last few crops that you've had, you have to apply lime. Or maybe you have to apply a certain type of fertilizer because the crops have pulled a... Oh no! No, no, no! Save! Pro gamer move. Maybe you have to you know, apply a certain type of fertilizer to your field to get that growth back, as opposed to just the standard mechanic of plowing gives you a percentage back, 3 stages of fertilizer. They rolled it. Saved it. They've said that seasons wasn't in 19 because basically the feature list for 19 was done before seasons was a hot commodity. Okay, so what that means is seasons came out the summer of 17 mod contest. So maybe 9 months after the game was launched. 9 months after the game launched, they already basically had the feature set that they wanted to work with for the next version of the game. It was too late to basically add seasons in to meet those every other year deadlines. So with that concept, suggestions that we're making aren't going to be in the next iteration of the game, because that's already been set. That was set probably a year ago. Now what our suggestions can do is possibly lead to DLC features or the next version. Kind of a long game. I never played 15, so I never got to experience the soil mod. I've just heard people talk about it. I would like to see compaction come. You know, late in 17, there was a in development compaction mod that was by the same folks that did Seasons, Realismus, and basically it used the plowing mechanic. It replaced plowing with the concept of monitoring soil moisture, because you had seasons, and modeling the ground impact of...
Alright guys, that's it for me for tonight.
Alright.
I topped off the BGA. There's like 6 bales, at least there was in it. There's a couple more loads of bales there left to load, but good luck!
Alright, well thanks for dropping by.
See you.
Later.
So it modeled the compaction of the tires on the soil based on its moisture. You actually had the capability of going in here and lowering the tire pressure on your tires. And by lowering the tire pressure, you lowered the overall impact on the soil. And if you did it right, you never had to plow, because you never got the soil compacted enough to the point where plowing was going to be required, because you could get rid of a certain level of compaction with a cultivator. So if you figured out when you were going to be working on the field, what the moisture level was, you adjusted the pressure of your tires appropriately, then you would only ever get to maybe a medium, a light model level of compaction, and as a result, you never had to plow. Now, when Giants changed it from plowing after every 3 harvests to only having to plow after root crops and corn, then that basically messed up their ability to implement compaction in the same way, so we never saw it. Last few bales.
This is all.
I did. I like the compaction mod too. Really depressed to see it not be able to be a part of Seasons in 19. You know, we'll just have to wait and see. – Don't know anything about when the next iteration might be released. You know, based on the Focus Home Interactive report, that it won't be until April 2021 at least, because that is when end of the Focus Home Interactive fiscal year is. Yo. Hey, General Smith, what's up? See how much we need to fertilize yet. The man's over there baling away. I'm going to make this pass. If Darren's not back by then, I'm going to jump down there and start putting some more bales in the digester. So that we have some good income come midnight. While we're waiting, guidance steering running along. See where we are with wool prices. $7.96. I don't know if that's a good price or not on hard. Tell me from the chat, is $7.96 a good wool price on hard mode? Sold a bunch of milk earlier. Kind of tanked the price on that a little bit. Look at our finances screen. See, we're only at $44,000 of vehicle lease income or expenses today. Kind of a light day as far as working. Greenhouses are doing good. $144,000 in sold milk. $552,000 in biogas income today. You can see we've very, very good money coming in. Biogas. Yesterday was not very profitable because spent stop. We spent $400,000 in animals. So had we not spent $400,000 in animals and $45,000 in construction costs, would have been quite profitable yesterday also. So we won another $500,000 day today. We turn midnight to get this over $3 million. See where we are. $2.6 million for the pros, $0.9 million for the Joes. Alright, let's go put some bales in the digester. Got plenty down here. We want to be good stewards of the server. We don't want to leave a whole bunch of bales just lying around. The Joes have more money at the moment. Probably would not be the case if we didn't spend 400 grand on animals yesterday. Basically, we are now 411 sheep, 411 cows. We basically had about 400 of each yesterday. We're getting a new cow every 3 hours, getting a new sheep every 2.5 hours. Our goal is to let these reproduce up to 250. And then at that point, we are going to basically be working to maintain 450 of each animal. We'll come in every day and basically sell whatever animals we have over 450. The reason we've picked 450 is it gives us a small buffer of about 50 animals before the building maxes out. Just in the event that we get some periods of time where we don't have somebody on the server, not missing out on much by reproduction. Fertilize, or you want to mow more?
I was getting ready to fertilize what we just did.
Alright, I got some passes. It's already over here. Action mod is something from 17. Doesn't exist in 19 anymore. We were chatting about it a little bit ago. What's interesting is Joe's are using a wheel loader, and they're using the big wheel loader grapple from the straw harvest, and they have a bale storage building that they're putting their silage bales in, and then they're unloading the storage building, and they're using the big bale grapple to move, I think, 10 silage bales at a turn. Now, I saw a video that's going to get released tomorrow over on Danbury's channel, linked in the description, where basically we saw how they were doing it. Looks a little sketchy. Basically, you need to make sure all the bales are nice and tight and tucked up and everything. I think by the time you mess with the bales and get them the way you want them, you probably aren't really saving yourself any time. Yeah, the Grays add-on, the Grays mod for seasons. That was great in 17. Had to be added to the map. And of course, that became a standard component of seasons in 19. Just missed that third bale. We'll sell 3 more stacks of 3. Get them prepped, and then I'm going to go mow a little bit. This thing work its way down. Think about the number of bales that we've brought in here. The fact that we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loads left. We've already run quite a bit through this biogas plant. I want that one. One doesn't have enough engine hours. We leased another case yesterday, and we didn't put GPS on it. I know we don't have GPS on the case with the least number of hours. Hey, elated beach surfer, how you doing? That tractor's doing. I like to cut about 4 passes here at the edge of the field. That makes turning a lot easier. Then beyond the line a little bit and turn, get straightened back up before we dive back in the grass. That I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Let's see, where are we at with our 14,000 liters of TMR in our mixer. That should oh. You have that up there. There we can turn around with. Snowy lands. You know, there's no crop growth with snowy lands. It's just snow. Alien Jim, I found a floater. A couple floaters. Levitation spell. It's all about keeping things moving.
So all the silos are empty.
No, they shouldn't be. Me.
The one heading I'm up, one I'm coming from is
1,000,000 liters. Top one's been. I wouldn't. And it's 300,000 liters. I said the top one was full. Checked it. I've only drawn a few loads out of the side one. That thing only holding like 15,000 liters. Be like 20 loads, right? 51 of those?
yeah, about that.
I love it. All right, let's go. Peek through here. Like the guy that put that stack there knew what he was doing.
Oh, never mind. It's got 268,000 in it.
That's a far cry from empty.
I think when I came over with an empty tank to it, it defaulted to slurry, which said 0, and I didn't put any thought to it. By the way, haven't I told you I hate that word?
Hurry.
Yep. I don't know, diarrhea just sounds a lot better than slurry. Pretty close to Hodgie's Slurpee.
All right, we'll do that. And we'll get back to our bale. Oh, don't mess them up. Wait, what's going on here? There we go, key on the wrong... Finger on the wrong keys. All right, later, elated beach surfer. So 24, 48, 96 more bales to go after these three. And it's $1,600 a piece. We should have, I'm thinking maybe as high as $750,000 in biogas revenue come night. I sold a fair number of bales earlier this game day. Sell some bales this morning. Collect them.
Very few, less than 10.
we get all the bales sold that we just made. I sold all the bales that you brought over, Raz made yesterday. That's probably going to be $750,000, I think. Pretty sure I brought 15 or 16 trailer loads. What we baled today. Early on in the challenge, we were using the Anderson wrapper, and we were doing square bales. We were bringing, square grass bales in here, and we were staging them right over here, and running them into the wrapper, and we were taking them out of the wrapper and putting them into the digester. Ran into lots of bugs with the darn inline wrapper. So we got rid of it, and that's when we went with the rounds. I think the inline wrapper works better.
Just think, we got 2 more weeks of this. And to pump
in
it
single
out the way
player?
we are today, it's just long, boring, monotonous hours.
Not doing forestry.
Yeah, but at least the tree will do something weird every now and then to make you laugh.
Well, we could plant trees.
Well, I guess we'll find out Wednesday.
Did it? Oh yeah, that's what that one is looking at. One's like, "What are you doing?" Now the trough doesn't look full, but it's got several days of food in it. Uh, 255,000 liters of mixed rations. Will says he's got a new map for you if you're bored out of your mind. Oh, that's what's going on. Top
Tell
row
them I got them scheduled for October 29th.
Top row is shifted back. That stack. So one day this weekend we might have a TMR mixing party. Mixer is Mixer is keeping up. There we go. Mixer is keeping up with the cow's consumption. But we might just rent a mixer and mix up 20 loads or something one evening and just basically get it well ahead.
Obviously, I didn't read the rules very well. We are done the 28th, correct? Midnight?
Yep, sometime the 24 weeks. Whatever is in the bank account. Sometime on the 28th we get in and we sell everything. Or leading into the 28th we start selling, sending the cows home. Oh no, alright, this wasn't quite lined up right. You know it's getting late and you've sold enough bales when you start zoning out like this, right? Before we get off, we need to top off the greenhouses, water and manure. They provide us $24,000 a day in income. Don't want to miss out on that. Hey Grizz, what's up? Them run for a little while and we'll get back to them on. Off we go. The front loader. What we're using is a straw harvest V-grab, and with the X key, the forks retract. We're using the Y and Z will extend, will claw these grapples in and out. We've had problems with them kind of losing sync, and we lose control of them. But X seems to work. Probably mow 6 passes, and then I will get back down there to the biogas plant. But you know what? They changed the Farm Sim League map for Season 3. It looks a bit more like a regular farming map, not so much like a field, a competition field. Terry, they do. There are links to 2 of the YouTube channels run by the Joes in the description below, and Raznik's channel is also listed down there. IA Roadkill has 1 video out so far of the Joe's side, and Jamberry is going to be putting out a video tomorrow of the Joe's side. A little bit of a time lapse is what he's doing.
You leaving this one road late for the night, or you want me to start bailing it?
No, we're gonna let it sit. No reason to bail it unless you want to.
'Cause I really don't feel like everything else to do with it until tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm mowing it because it's at full growth, and I don't want it to stay overnight. Because
Oh, I know the reasons.
yeah, we're gonna have a map fast forward in 4 hours. Around 2 a.m. the map's gonna fast forward. When we're both up tomorrow, it'll be mid-morning. See how much money we have. See where we are here. Our growth. This is full growth, almost full growth, and this is the first stage growth. First stage, second stage, third stage. Kind of got 3 sections, all with defined growth stages. One, two, three, four. So 2 more passes, and then we'll sell the rest of them there bales. Then we'll be very good server stewards and not leave any bales on the server when we're not on. I do like the shiny digestator slurry texture. Wish when we had fertilizer on the field, it wasn't just a darker wet color, kind of like maybe a lighter lime speckle. Mowed all that earlier today. This mowed tonight. We'll work on getting this baled up and sold off tomorrow. Because the grass behind the farm and on the other side of the moat over there, that'll probably be full growth tomorrow. That's what we'll be mowing tomorrow night. Can't stop the machine. These are some really great mowers. Really cost-effective tractor, the Case 72, 40, and 50. Oh, thanks for the sub, Noah. We did. That was back when we had oats and we needed to basically run herbicide through the field. And basically with leasing, I can't change them out. Leasing, you're stuck with the configuration that you have. You have to return it and then release the tractor to get regular wheels. So we're stuck with them. We're not going to return it just to change out the wheels. Once we're out of straw, we'll see. We thought about just buying straw because of how valuable the grass is. That's having, thanks for the sub, Lucas, that basically having the field not in grass costs us more in income lost than paying for straw. Because of course paying for straw or planting straw means we have to release a seeder. We have to lease a herbicide sprayer or a weeder. If we do weeding, we have to basically catch the crop at the right moment, and on a multiplayer server that's not necessarily always the easiest thing to do. Server's running 24/7. Then once we have the oats, we need to basically lease a harvester. Now we did have about 120 bales off of the field when we pulled the oats off of it, and we earned, let's see how much we earned in harvest income from those oats. $47,000 in oat income. I'll bail back a little bit. Both of these stacks, there we go. He's sold off. You see I'm hitting X, basically puts the spikes back there, holder. Y and Z are supposed to retract and extend those grapples, but that's not working. We would need to return this grapple and lease another one for it to start working again. Not worth it. So we just get up here close, crack the forks, commit them, carry the bales into the hopper. I think we've got close to 15 hours on this telehandler. The only thing we use the telehandler for is manure, cleaning up our fill area on our animals, and, well, selling silage. Server autosave kicking in there. Alright guys, well that is going to do us for the night. It is at 2 hours. That's what we typically try to do for these streams. Thank you for coming out and watching. It is Friday, so we will probably be streaming on Sunday. We've been taking one day off. We've been streaming every other day on this particular challenge. That'll put a stream on Sunday. No, the forks are just glitched because we returned a set, leased a fresh set, and probably within 15 minutes they glitched out. We're not really worried with it. I mean, they work just fine and dandy on single player. We have the server set to restart every night. So it's not that the server needs to restart or anything. So if you haven't, go ahead and check out my Fact Sheet Friday video on the Unitrack. Go ahead and check out the map video, the map that came out today, Euro Farms. Tomorrow we will have a Formula One 2020 video come out. I really don't remember what track it's at. We're not doing too terrible bad. That gameplay. And until next time, guys, happy farming.